Hi, welcome to the Escondido podcast. Today I wanted to start by making a couple of corrections to things I've previously said in the other podcasts. I think it's important to make corrections because when I tell you something, I want you to be able to count on it. And sometimes do research and the information online is not exactly right and we have to follow it all out. And I thought I did, but I need to fix this. And when we repeat it, it comes out, more people get the wrong information. And then when we do follow up here, we discover that things aren't quite the way we thought they were. So, first thing I wanted to correct was something I said about family search and genealogy. I previously told you that family search was at Felicitas Park. That was incorrect. Family search is actually located at the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints on the corner of Gamble and Lane and Felicitas Avenue. I recently went there to check it out. And I have to tell you, the ladies there were absolutely wonderful. They were welcoming, patient, and very helpful. They really wanted to help me figure out how to get the information I needed for my search. And also, when you go there, go around to the back. There is no signage in the front. Go around the back and you'll see a sign and they will let you in. So if genealogy is something you were ever curious about, this is a resource worth knowing about. And I'm glad I actually went there myself because now I can give you the correct information. The second correction is about something else I said previously about free online classes. I had told you that I could go through the Escondido Public Library and access Coursera. Well, when I actually followed that up, it did not pan out. Coursera had been canceled in 2024, but they didn't change the information. What I discovered is that the program I'm using is through a city library, which is different than a county library or unincorporated. For me, the closest city library, since I'm in Escondido, is Rancho Bernardo. I was able to get a library card there, even though I live here, and then I could come home and register on courses through the Gale program. And there is a lot of classes here, and I am taking two of them, and they're pretty intense. So it's not just because it's free, you think you're not really going to learn anything. It's a class, and I'm really excited about it. And you can pick from so many different categories, and these aren't just courses you sit back and watch a few videos whenever you have time. They're real classes. They require work. There are assignments, and you have to put in time and effort into them. It's much like being in an actual classroom. So again, I wanted to correct that I originally told you that Coursera, and what I told you about Coursera, and explain what I actually found up when I followed up. And that brings me to something coming up in Escondido that I'm really interested in. On Tuesday, September 1st from 7 to 8:30, there will be a Meet the Candidates event featuring the Escondido mayoral candidates at the Grand Ritz Theater at 301 East Grand Avenue, downtown Esco. It's free, and it's an opportunity for residents to actually hear from the candidates themselves. And I think that's important. I've been paying particular attention to the discussion about homelessness in Escondido. From the comments and feedback I'm seeing across social media, there are residents who are very disappointed with Mayor Dane White and feel that not enough has been accomplished on homelessness. At the same time, Elias Velasquez brings a different kind of experience to this conversation. He currently works professionally with people experiencing homelessness. So this isn't simply an issue he's talking about during an election campaign. It's something he's involved with through his everyday work. This is his 9 to 5. That difference in experience is going to make an interesting conversation. But I don't want to decide for you you should support. I'd rather see people go and listen to the candidates. Listen to what they say, listen to what they propose, then ask yourself what can actually be done, what is realistic, and what will produce results. One of the questions I'd really like to hear the answer to is what specifically would you do differently and how would we know whether it's working or not? Because that's what the voters deserve. It's not just promises, not just criticism of the other candidate. We need specifics. What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? And how will we measure whether it worked? So if you're an Escondido resident, September 1st could be a good opportunity to go downtown, sit in an audience, and hear directly from the people asking for your vote. And I think there's a bigger lesson in all three of these stories. Whether we're talking about genealogy, education, or local politics, sometimes the first information we hear isn't completely accurate. And that's okay as long as we are willing to go check it out. So I hope that you do come down to see the mayoral candidates rather than relying on what somebody else says or what you read online about them. That's why I'm going. That's something to think about for all of us. Check it out, ask questions, listen for yourself, and then make up your own mind. I hope I see you there, and thanks for showing up.